board of director. No joke. It's going to be announced very soon. Mrs. Adeola Azeez, to share her experience on Learntor Cohort 2, on the Agile digital transformational training that she has experienced. I'd like you to tell people who you are, ma'am.
Okay, Mercy, it's a pleasure again to be here with you and having sharing a regular one-on-one experience. And I always still remember that first day we met. And if I knew that that meeting was going to germinate and transform into the kind of relationship that we have, I mean, no crystal ball could have, made us see that. But I must say that I'm delighted, I am excited that we are where we are today. And I also like the fact that my view in life is that when I see someone, I try to give everybody a chance, especially when I see passion. You know, what drives me and what drives people to me is the passion and the determination and the focus, just to see that they're not fly by night or they just want to have a temporary hanging with you. Now, you and I have come a pretty much long way, if you say 2 years, and it's been 2 years of consistent engagement. So it's not that I don't see you for 2 months and then you just appear. It's been a consistent, valuable engagement. And in that journey, you have actually, I've learned a bit more about you, about your background, and that has, for me, been a very reflective moment to see that from where you were coming from, you are extremely determined and not fazed by some of the challenges of life that you have gone through. And I must say that is an attraction. And not only that, you have started a business going 2 years old, and you're not even phased that you're new or you're joining at a time where the country in Nigeria that we are is going through some challenges on its own. But you're not daunted by it. Rather, you are more fierce about it, in the sense that you have a focus, you have a direction, and you're true to that focus. And what it is, you want to get more women to be digitally aware. In a nutshell, without me going into the language, you want more women to be digitally aware. You want more women not to be fazed by technology, and you want to grow that path. And it's a good one, because if there are any barriers or bottlenecks that women face today, they are very learned, they are very smart, they are very, they're juggling well, the work-life balance is going well. But when it comes to technology, including me, I will be honest, we are a little bit, we're not as confident. But I must say my confidence has risen a lot since you came into my life, because even though I'm pushing in other directions, in this one, you are the pusher. And in that, I really, really want to thank you for adding that value to my life. So come this year, I retired in December 2020, and I had a lot of stuff going on in my head, and people were pulling me in various directions to get involved in this business or to get involved in this board. And I knew within myself that I needed to refresh, I needed to relearn, I needed to educate myself in some areas that I knew that I needed some strengthening in. And of course, one of them was technology. And what other luck or fortunate circumstance could I have than to have Mercy, who now said, "No, Mrs. Azeez, I'm running this course, join in." I said, "Do I just join like that? Is there not a process? Is there not a role where I have to enroll. He said, no, I'm doing this and I want you to join. More so, you saw the symbiotic relationship that we may have. I mean, if I join your board, right, I would be your advocate. I would say, this is Mercy. This is what she does. I'm a beneficiary of her teachings or learning or the career that she set for herself. And people will see that I'm a better person in terms of my knowledge, in digitalization or whatever. And of course, I'm using myself, would definitely inspire other people to join me. And in joining me, I will only tell them to come to Learntor, because there's an infection that you infect people with when they come here. You push, you drive, and everything about collaboration, cooperation, and just getting focused. And then, of course, you sacrifice a lot. You sacrifice a lot. And that, again, is one of the things that have endeared me to you. You put in so much. I'm not even sure that you're getting as much as you put in, but I know that because you're tenacious, you're dogged and rugged, at the end of the day, it's definitely going to give you the reward that you deserve. And it will come. It will definitely come because it's hard work. And you're working hard, you're working smart, okay? And you're also learning. And you also have a lot of good members in your faculty because I've experienced them together with you in class and independent when outside class, when I engage with them. They're the best in class. And they have a different way of getting across or teaching us when we are there. They're very patient. They want us to learn. It's like you've also infected your faculty members. And these are faculty members who are abroad. They're dialing in to teach us. They're all over the world. So we're not cutting corners or cutting costs by getting us local people, because I'm not saying local people are not good, but you are ensuring that what you're bringing to the table, to the people who you want to deposit this digital knowledge into, because these are also people who are working already, they're career people. So you have to ensure that what you're bringing to them is of intense and great value.
Thank you so much, Ma. So I'd like to say, what are your key highlights from the Agile Digital Transformation training that you've had to go through? And one thing that really, I think my greatest joy for you being part of this faculty is, number one, you're over 60. So I'm sure the age thing is out there. And consistently, every day, 2 hours, even for the design thinking, 3.5 hours, you have been consistently there. I mean, as busy as your schedule is, you could have, Mercy, I just can't deal with this. But you push through. You are always there. I want to hear, what are the key highlights that you have taken on board from this experience?
First of all, if I'm determined on doing something, I focus on it and I sacrifice for it. There have been other things or events that I needed to have gone to, and I could have missed some of these classes. I mean, I missed one or two when I had to be at certain barriers that I couldn't afford, I couldn't avoid, But, when you are learning something that is of value, right? I'm learning business analysis, which Tolu Fabula is teaching. Now, I'm sitting on boards, for goodness sake, and I'm sitting on boards where we're going to make some changes, where we're going to have strategy sessions, where we're discussing, we're thinking, we're designing our way of doing business, right? And what is Tolu teaching us? Do we have the right blocks in the right places? Do we have the right personnel doing what they should be doing, right? So it basically resets our minds. It also enables us to think differently. I mean, you talked about the design thinking. The design thinking will lead us to ensure that whichever individual we want to put in a particular role actually suits that role. And in suiting that role, there are different things that are being considered in that individual for you to know that you are you have the right person in the right place doing the right job. Okay, now with the experience that I'm gathering and garnering every single day, it will be my pride that wherever I sit on any board, if I'm not adding value, I am useless. There's no point me sitting there. And when I know that that board, if either they are not towing the line of ensuring that the business, the interest of the business is key and it is first on the mind, I will leave. And I also know that before I join anybody, I will do my homework. Where are the gaps? What do we need to close? What do we need to do to scale? What do we need to do to improve where we are? So it's like a job. And in doing that job, I want to know that this idea that I have learned from business analysis, from Scrum, from Agile, all of which there have been many principles, many commandments. Look at the commandments of Agile, the 12 principles, the 4 manifestos, the 4 values, and the 3 empirical process control. I mean, you cannot learn all of that and not say that you want to apply it into any business that you're doing. You cannot. So again, it's basically enriching my knowledge. And when it enriches my knowledge, I also onboard that knowledge and pass it on to any businesses that, you know, I happen to be advising. I have a lot of my young friends who are setting up businesses. And for me, you can't set up a business without having a structure. And bit by bit, agile by agile, sprint by sprint, right, you will get there. So it's not so much the end result, but the foundation and the step by step, so that there is a system, there is a process that you cannot avoid, that you cannot cut corners with. So everything is extremely important. And there have been so many highlights for me. And as you know, business analysis by Tony is my favorite. And it's one that I'm actually going to sit the exam. You told us we're having the exam in a couple of weeks, and I'm going to study for it. And I'm going to make sure I pass 100%. And it will, I mean, I'll be proud to say, look, I did business analysis course at age 60. And doing it at age 60, I would tell you that this is the value that I'm using. I mean, everybody does SWOT analysis and all of that, you know, but the angle at which Tolu actually also taught us again, it may say SWOT analysis is SWOT analysis, but there are also ways, again, that are being improved on a day-to-day, that you are able to know exactly the pinpoint, because things change, things evolve on a daily basis. Because in every business, as you go on, there'll be some gaps. And in those gaps, that is where we come and talk about our gap analysis. So that is where we have our strategy sessions. You know, so I mean, strategy sessions again, you know, where we do the investigation. You do the investigation, you consider the perspective of various individuals, and then you do the analysis. The analysis needs. When you do that, then you then evaluate all the options, all the scenarios, and then you define and you refine. Where would I have learned all of that, if not from business analysis? And then, of course, your Tony gave us this that you'll never forget in your head. I can always eat dinner. It is an acronym in business analysis in the context of strategy. So, like I said, there's so many highlights, and if I continue, we will not finish. And it's been a journey. Wow. It's been an interesting journey that I don't mind. I mean, I will recommend it even to my children. As you know, I enrolled one of my sons, Tunde Gaba, to join this course, because he's in the middle of deciding what career he wants to take. And he saw me, he heard 1 or 2 of my lessons, and he said, Mommy, I would really like to do this. And I said, Mercy. And we immediately even got here before I even paid, you know, the course was almost over before I paid you. And he's on it, he's enjoying it. And I hope he makes a career out of it.
And my final question is, there are a lot of women that are caught in the middle, like, okay, so where, this is not for me. No, but if only they know that you are 60. I'm hearing you, I mean, I'm going to tell Tolu to come and watch this video because he needs to watch it. You are talking about, all the four values, the principle, the empirical, and these are things you just literally learned in like just less than 2 months ago. As in, I'm very, I'm beyond fulfilled. I'm beyond grateful to God for what He's doing. I'd like you to speak to women that are in the middle. No, I can't do this. I can't do this.
You see, I think the mindset of women in the current in the current space that we are in Nigeria are changing. As you know, we have quite a lot of women in cohort 2, and they're not women who are just silent or docile, or they're engaging, they are participating, they are leading teams. And I think the journey in which you have started to encourage women to enroll, you are seeing the dividends of it, but we need many more women to get on board. And I think it's agile, bit by bit, step by step. And for those of us women who have experienced it, we will not stop advocating about it. We will not stop encouraging women to join. And I guess, again, we need to be considerate. Like you said, I don't want to hammer on the fact that I'm 60. I don't feel 60. I feel like I'm 40 and I'm like refreshing my head again. But I'm also mindful of women when they're going through the family setup. Like, look at you teach us, your children are there, you're multitasking. Not many women can do that. Again, it's critical for women to do that. Again, they must have supportive spouses. If they don't have supportive spouses, who would give them the time or do what the women should be doing? It's not going to happen, because you only have one head, one body, one hair to do and learn. So again, we will just continue to train them to manage their times properly. Everybody's working from home now. So the times you do your classes are great. So most women should create that time it's a commitment, it's a sacrifice. And at the end of it, when it yields good fruit, all the times put in, all the sacrifices, all the trade-offs that have gone into it will pay off. So we will continue to advocate, regardless of whatever age you are. You may be 21, you may be 30, you may be 50, you may be 60 and above. There is no time that you should stop learning, especially things that you know that you will learn that is adding value to your person. I'm a value-driven person. If I'm not giving value or speaking value, I feel empty. I don't feel good, So that's why constantly learning is an important thing. And we don't stop learning till we die, till we enter that grave. You continue to learn. And especially in the digital world that we are going into now. Nobody can say, well, I've learned everything. This is new, it's evolving, and we have to keep abreast of it and own it.
Thank you so much, Mrs. A. I'm so grateful. This is the highlight for me. This is the most rewarding feedback. The things that you have said, iteration, breaking it down. This is the greatest highlight. I want to say thank you for your feedback. I hope that your story inspire more women to take action. And I'm grateful for the partnership with Scrum.org, Camban University, Red Tangerine, Naked Agility. I'm truly grateful for them believing in Learntor and our vision of bridging the skill gap. Cohort 1 was a huge success, but the success we're recording with Cohort 2 has surpassed Cohort 1, and I'm truly grateful because it's the mindset of Agile. We keep improving, continuous improving. Continuous improving. That's just what I can say. Thank you so much, Ma. I really
My pleasure. You're welcome.